Okay, let's see. What am I going to do here first? I'm calling this the forest landscape, and it's showing a galaxy. And let's see. Wait for some people to come on. Just give it a couple minutes. Okay. I will get busy and hope that people can jump on here from Facebook and just start up. It's a rather simplistic painting in some ways. In other ways, it can be a little challenging in the sense of getting the galaxy, getting all that right. Okay, so okay. I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to start putting in the trees with the black so the overspray won't go onto the yellow in the sky, the lower sky. So let's see. I'm using Createx illustration colors with some pre-made mixtures. And right now I'm just going to put some black in a solo cup just to reduce it down a little bit more. Distilled water. And here we go. Test it on the side using a Micron, custom Micron side bottle. Okay. So let's do this. I figure without a stencil, I can just bring in some of these trees where the yellow is going to hit instead of reversing it. Just my thought. I've done it a couple different, I've done it the other way before, and you start messing up the sky a little bit. And you got to touch with the trees again. Get some post notes and go from there. Just going to make a little tiny sliver of that tree there. A little bit fatter than that. Had it closer right there. Of course, you're not going to get overspray on the sky when you're using the post notes. Okay, we have some more here. We have this one right here is a little bit fatter. So just kind of like that. Let's see. Right here. I'm hoping my Facebook people come over so they can share this on Facebook, but I'm not seeing that happening. I'm not sure how to run this scene yet, doing lives, so bear with me. I'll be doing a little more of my homework, notification-wise and all that. Okay. So all I'm doing is going after the trees first, I think, for the sake of that's this tree here. Just kind of using the pump stroke, turning the air on, leaving it on, and then kind of going like a little pumping stroke just to get in tight. Yeah, I see a little tiny bit of overspray. Not really overspray, but it could see how it could happen so easily. If I have to erase any pencil lines, I will before I spray this. Well, the sky's an opaque color, so it should cover it. Shapes and some of the sky showing through some of the open areas. Like right here, I'll do that. And the sky can get in there. Maybe a little less air. No, not necessarily. Right about there. Aim down. Keep dry. So if the volume's good, let me know. If you're watching, just give me a heads up on the volume. You can hear everything, and that'll be great. So I'm doing the trees first. So for overspray sake. Well, got a little away from me. Okay, so we have two on here, and I think we have the chat thing. How does that work? Let's see. Live chat messages are visible. Okay, we'll put the live chat. Okay. So it's a forest scene. The photographer is Casey Homer. Mention his name. It's a free website that I got the reference picture from, and yeah, so they want you to, you know, tell people who took the picture. I didn't take it, that's for sure. Beautiful picture. Okay, so again, I'm working these. I feel like that has to be a little skinnier. Hopefully, I can just take a little bit of this off with the X-Acto knife. Sometimes it's hard with the being on this angle. Got to go the right way too. I don't care if it's a little rickety because it's, you know, it's a tree. It's got to have a little bit of a, there we go. That's better to me. Okay. If anybody's watching that is from Facebook, let me know. And if you would, kindly share this to the Airbrush Guide page and maybe a WADA or one of those pages. Um, that would be a good thing. That would help because the Facebook people aren't seeing it. I'm trying to do the live feeds on YouTube on Tuesday nights at 7, and I have to learn how to, you know, give notifications ahead of time and things like that on YouTube. So forgive me right now. I'm not used to doing it, so that's where I'm at. Let's see, that tree is definitely taller. I'll just put it up a little bit higher. Just kind of scribbling it in a little bit, making it look interesting. I guess I'll zoom in a little. Whoops, forgive me. This Zoom is so hard for me compared to Facebook. I got a lot to learn to do the live streams, but come on, guys. Sorry, guys. My gosh. All right, well, that's going to be it for now. So let's see. You guys can see that. I can even take a paintbrush and go in there and go after some of the tiniest little guys. Whoops, that one's a little bit of a blowout. But in reality, let's see, that tree there, it connects to this tree. So I'll just kind of connect it in. Okay. Trees, and all kinds of trees. Clay board I'm working on. I guess that's where tape was before. Kind of wiggling it a little bit. Maybe I should have started this on Facebook and then from there told them to go over to this page. But I did advertise it on Facebook, but I put a link to this page. I have no clue though if it's working, meaning if anybody's paying attention to it. So now when I spread the yellow in, I'm thinking that I'll be in better shape with this overspray. So I have no border on this painting, so I'm just going to turn the air up a little bit, aim down, and start to tie this together. Again, I don't want to dirty up the sky, especially with yellow and greenish colors, the base of the sky. That's not good. Just nice, easy passes, fill it in, right? Farther away, a little farther away, further away, farther. Okay. I don't want that to get all black, so. Yeah, if the volume's good and everything's that way, can you please at least let me know by saying, you know, sounds good or whatever? Appreciate it. Let me dry it a little bit. Let's see, you guys aren't seeing that too good there. I'm sorry. I'll move it over. There we go. Oh, well, I guess the guys on um Facebook aren't understanding that. I didn't tag anybody either, so I don't know. I've got to learn how to do this. But they're used to seeing me come on there live and right on Facebook. I want to build my YouTube channel up more. I just hit 2,000 subscribers a couple days ago. Now it's like 205, and that's good because that's my goal. The Facebook scene is fun, but this is my goal to build the channel. Can't build your channel when you're on just doing, you know, um, Facebook Lives. I can't, just builds a little bit, but this will build it up better. Coming on here on Tuesday nights, that's my goal. If I'm having problems and I'm not able to do it right away, then it'll be once in a while. But at least I'm trying to put some live feeds up here, right? Tip dry. Like I said in the earlier part of the video, I'm using a CMSB, custom micron side cup, side bottle. I use the Sharpen Air to sharpen my needle. I haven't bought a new needle in I don't know how long, because it's just amazing how it can bring it back to life. That really helps financially and when you're on a job, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my paintbrush, the conventional brush, in 1 second, and I'm going to put little tiny, the stuff that a stencil could give you, the little guys, some of them I'm getting in there, but so let's see, that's going to be tightened up. Roy Johnson, how you doing? Finally, I see somebody on here that I can ask to share this, Roy, if you would, over to Facebook on, say, a Wattis page, and possibly, definitely the TV Guide one. If you could do that for me, I would appreciate it, to let people from Facebook jump over, because they're not used to me being on here, and I don't want them to miss. They're not missing too much right now, but over the next little bit, when I start getting into the Galaxy part, I'd like them to be here for that. This is why I'm putting the trees in first, so the overspray won't ruin the coloring, especially when black starts to hit the actual yellow area of the sky. It can ruin it. And I even see some overspray in there already that would have done that. So I have to think about how I'm going to clean that up. First and foremost, get these little airbrushy guys in. Trees are kind of weird, but all kinds of organic shapes, and I need some more. Okay, I'll try to use it more out of the bottle. Well, a little thicker. Here we go. Got to go after that tip dry or else. That one kind of got a little bit away from me. I'm just going to tweak that a little bit. There we go. And that means then these have to go out further. Just want I want sky to be shown right in between the trees. So I don't know if the chat is something I have to look at. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. And thank you about the sound. And can you let me know if you shared it, Roy? I would appreciate it, buddy. I want other people to be able to see it, you know. I'm just using the pump stroke here for pushing it out a little bit. Tip dry. Black really does it too, just like the white. Maybe not as fast, but it can get you. I'm zoomed in right now, so it's clayboard. It's around a 5x7. It's a little bit smaller, I think, but working on a 4x6 reference picture, and then have a huge reference picture because I might paint this at another time. I really should have got a 5x7, but I'll show you the big boy. I might do one that size. So let me zoom out. It's very big. It's, you know, I think it's a 8x10, 7x. Let's see. Curious. Forgot what I got. Yeah, 8x. It's an 8x10. So I should have got 5x7, but that's okay. Mac valve, right? Let's see what's going on here. Thank you. Thank you so much, Roy. Yeah, I've got to learn how to connect the two. I think Timothy John Luke Smith, he sent me over some kind of an app that I could actually, link the two together simultaneously, and then get get it to happen without even, you know, having to ask somebody or anything. It just will go to both. Okay, so where am I? I'm just kind of making some trees in here. I thought I would try it this way. I usually paint the trees later on top of the sky, but this is a pretty strong, black on top of the yellow and stuff. There's bursts of yellow here. It's just really cool, and it turns to green. And so the camera, again, the photographer is Casey, Casey, Homer, one M, Homer. I think I'm saying it correctly, and it's from the free images, Unsplash, and they like you to, you've got to mention it because it really, I always like when I post pictures on my Facebook page that are not mine, sharing all those photos all the time. I always like that photographer to be, it's not my work, and I like sharing it, and so I make sure that every photo has the photographer's name on it, because you can see a lot of pages on Facebook, and they're actually pages like not just a personal page, and those people don't mention the photographers. And that, to me, I get like turned off when I see that. I might have been guilty of doing that years ago because I didn't think about it, but no, I would share their pages. And then I started saying, wait a minute, these guys aren't, they're not mentioning the photographer. So if I see something really cool on, say, Instagram or something, I will not share it. Or on Facebook rather. I won't share it unless there's a photographer getting the credit, right? That's how I think. Okay, so this tree here kind of just muscles its way into the other tree. I'm just going to kind of put it in loosely and just put something in here that I can build upon. Okay. Now I'm going to back out because we're starting to get, okay. So we've got a couple people. I usually have about 10 or 7 or sometimes 5. So hopefully we can get them over here. If not, they're going to have to watch it not live. But when it goes out there, there's people, in other parts of the world, they're not going to see it live. They're sleeping. So at least it will be there. My other live feed 2 weeks ago or whatever of my sunset, what was it, palm tree? That went over, that's going over really pretty good with the people because it just the way they responded, so many, so many people just click. I wish more people would like it. Like if they really enjoy it, I wish they would like the, actually hit the like button. Those help make the algorithms and all. And plus, it lets the artist know, hey, you appreciated it, that kind of thing. Or comments, all that, if you're going to comment on it or something, that is a good thing for the YouTube channel. Plus, it's nice to get comments to, just like on Facebook, where people say stuff all the time right then and there, the chat. But the comments would be like, when I upload, say, just a video, not live, that would be nice. It's nice to get comments like that people are seeing it and maybe they appreciate it and that kind of stuff because that's what it's all about. It's a free channel. There's nothing, it's just a free information that I eventually want to teach again and have like private classes. But right now, this is what it is. Okay, so we get that. Freehand trees that will be tweaked. And they can be tweaked later with a paintbrush too, when the sky's in and all, because it's a paintbrush, right? But it's got to be little tiny things, that look like the airbrush is going with. These trees are not exactly, they're similar, but I'm not going for every little uh, shape. I'm just mimicking freehand what I'm seeing in the pictures. Similar. Okay, I think, yeah, this one's a little different than the one in the photograph, so we'll just go with it. get lost on looking at the reference picture too. It's like, where is the tree I'm working on? Okay, so those big trees, then that stick, and then in between, that's, okay, they're right here. So what I did for, let's say, the skinny little guy here, I took the post note, and if I can actually cut this, let's see, you guys can't see me cutting it. I can move this out of the way. Okay, I can cut the post note a little rickety, you know, just a little bit. The edge, like that. And then I could just try to do it to the other one. I'm not trying to make them both the same. I just need a little uneven edge. Whoops. Not cutting it on the right thing, actually. Let me cut it on the, what's my arm there? Sorry, guys. I have the cutting mat. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to put this there, right there. And I'm going to take this one and leave just a tiny gap right there, a little bit wider. Don't want to get it too fat. And it was too close. So let's see, let's get this back on there again. Right there. It's just a little skinny pencil line. And let's put this one back on right there. Hopefully it's not too fat. But if it is, I can work it with the X-Acto knife. It's probably too fat. But let's see. Actually, it's not too bad. Okay, so that's how I got that. Now I'm going to take my paintbrush, which I'm going to do later, the detailing, but I want to just show some of the tiniest little guys, like right here. It's just trying to use the tip. That kind of stuff later, you know. So let's put this back here. Let's try to zoom in again. Zooming in is crazy on this. I don't know if there's a button or something, but anyway, I'm going to try. It goes in and out on me because it's so sensitive. Well, that's better. That's a little better. Okay, so where's my brush? I just put it down. And if I wanted to get like a diluted, I can put more water into the paintbrush and create like a weaker value of the same thing. This one's going to crash into this one. See, this is almost like a gray. So now I need full strength. And just going to put a little bit on that one. Still keeping it very random little pieces. I think that is, yeah, that's this one. This is curved kind of, it goes like this. And it's a dead tree, I guess, so it's got some little guys coming off of it. Getting a little too fat there. Okay, that's good for now. Like I said, I can go back in over the top of the sky. I can put a little bit of a hard edge on that one. That looks better. Hope you're seeing that. Okay. Here, I'm just going to touch it and work it to have some little guys, just to give it some organic look. I'm just trying to use the tip. Here's a branch that's going over. I did another galaxy because according to YouTube, the galaxy painting I did a while ago, which was a whole nother thing. It was a sunset, and this is a night sky. They're both night skies, but the other one was just different. I thought it was my most popular. YouTube said it was my most popular video. So I thought, being that the holidays were just, coming to an end here and company leaving yesterday, family, I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't want to do anything major. I don't feel like getting into a new project I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to do yet. So this is working out for me because it's a cool project and it's something I put together at the last minute. I went out probably at around 3 in the afternoon here, Eastern Standard Time, to make this video happen by going over and getting the photograph, at Walgreens and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I decided to do for tonight. Otherwise, I wasn't going to do it anything, and I already did that last week. Nothing. Didn't want to do that. Okay, this will start coming together quickly because the trees are so. Let's just do that little tip guy there, right there. Whoop. And this one. They're all kind of lean in different ways, these trees. This one has a connection right here. Right there. And this could probably be a little bigger. Like that. And then these guys have little things going on them like that. Okay. That might be a little too fat, but it's not bad looking, so I'm going to leave it. This tree is a little bigger. And all right, so basically that's going to be some sky coming through. All right. Oh, fingernail already. Okay. So that's good to get started. I might just do a little tiny bit more over here. I see this one going down this way, and this one going down that way, and maybe a little branch in there. This guy's all by itself. Okay. Yeah, I have this different here, so I'm just gonna have to live with it. Meaning I've closed in the sky area that right there a little bit. So it is what it is, right? It's a tree. That's good. Okay. I'm using a Winsor Newton 000. So I guess on this thing you have to check the chat. It doesn't just show up. Let's see. Live chat. JC, hello there. And who we got here? Loey, Bo, Luby. Hello there. How you doing, buddy? Okay. All right. With some names, you don't even know. Some people have just like um, a number or something, so you don't even know who you're talking to, whether it's a girl or a guy. So that's when you just have to say hello. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my aggressive eraser. I'm going to go after some, if any, little overspray right in here. That I couldn't have done this with the yellow, right? Or the sky color would have ruined the sky. So I'm just going in here and cleaning up around the trees a little bit, getting mistakes off there. This is a mark showing me where the galaxy starts, the actual white part, nebula, whatever it is, Milky Way. The Milky Way, that's what that is. I don't care if I ruin some of the edges of the tree a little because the paintbrush can just bring it back. I'd like to knock this tree back the other way. So I'm going to do that. I'm not happy with this tree going like that. It looks like something, looks like a pineapple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Windex on a Q-tip. I'm going to take the tree out a little bit. So I'm going to go after it this way. Kind of change the shape of it. Again, I'm using clay board, and I'm not happy with that tree. I can even put it on the end of a paper towel. Whoa, my lid's not on my Windex. Some Windex, I transferred it into the little squirt bottle, but my lid was not on good, so it started to spill out all over. There we go. Okay. Let's try this. Now I'm making a mess. Okay. Maybe back to the Q-tip. Small. If it was a bigger painting, probably my finger could get in there. And so I'd take this and go after that part, and then take the clean side of the Q-tip to push away more, because there is still going to be black there, so I don't have to worry about, I got to worry about this side. And what first starts to happen when you're removing paint is you start to see swirls in the actual clay board. It looks ugly, and you might not see it in the video. And I'm going to break this open more to show more sky in this area. It's a little harder because I have full strength paint here. So I'll push harder this way. But you just can't be afraid to do this stuff. You have to. I wasn't happy with that tree at all. So now there's no sky in there to worry about. And for some reason, I just started making the tree walk out that way, and that's not good. But if I had painted the sky, forget it. You know, it would have been ruined. It would have been like, I would have had to do touch-ups and corrections and all kinds of garbage, when right now, so now it's kind of not behaving in the sense of the actual wiping down of this. So I think go through a number of Q-tips. So you go after it again. Whoops. Go after it again with pressure, cleaning up the area to the smoothness of the board. You can see it's getting better. The tree's gonna, I'm not gonna have to take the whole tree out. The gap here I want bigger a little bit. So I'm gonna go in here and break that up a little more and just rework it, you know, whoops. Dry that a little bit. So this is going to be sky in there, and that will separate the two trees. So let's see if anybody's saying anything here. I got to actually push chat, live chat to see. Okay, we're at 3 people. If anybody can share this, Roy shared it to a couple pages. If you could share it, we still have a lot to show as far as the galaxy part. This part could be a little boring to some people because they might have seen me paint it before, you know. But the thing is, I'm doing a lot of landscapes lately. It's just something I did when I was younger, and I enjoy it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is probably get a little piece of 1000 sandpaper if I have to. And I'm going to take the swirls out if I have to. They're still, I don't want to hit those other trees. They're already good, you know. I just made this gap better right here. And push it down into there. Yeah, so the swirls seem to be gone. So I don't have to worry. Sometimes just pressing, there's just little crummy swirls that just, the clayboard shows up when you do it, when I'm doing this. You know, obviously the clayboard allows me to do it, but I'm just working in the area that's clean, you know, just kind of pushing away some of the, twirling the Q-tip, pushing it away from, now I'll just crash into it and push it away. Let's see, got a little overspray here. Okay, the rest I could work with an eraser and 1000 sandpaper. Okay, let me get a little piece of that. I gotta buy some more. I'm wearing this down. Might not even have any good spots on it left. But let me just tear a little piece off here and try to just erase with this. See, I'm going right into the tree. I don't care though, because I'm polishing the board up a little bit. Sorry about the shaking. Okay, there. That's a drawing there. Crash into that a little bit. Open up some clean areas in there that I could touch up. Okay, I can't go crazy over there. Let's see how an eraser does here. I'm just going after the area where the sky is going to be. No more brush on the back. Got a new one here. There, so now I can fix that tree by pushing it that way. Got the gap here I wanted. And that's good for now. Just maybe airbrush in a little bit, going this way a little bit. Tip dry, sitting around. You get the idea. It goes, just fill that back in and work it later. I'm going to change this tree completely. Okay, so I have my gap. I can tweak that later, touch this up a little bit before the color of the sky is put in. That's good. You can already see some of my work getting damaged by scratches that are just there. I'm just going to rough this one in a little bit, like that. And what do I want to do with this one? I think I'll just make my own tree here. Yeah, that'll work. That's this tree, and this tree can come over this way a little more. Paintbrush work here later. And yeah, that's going that way now. That's good. Like I said, I'll use a little paintbrush to get some stuff to happen there. Okay, so it's touched up. It's better than it was to me. Okay, so now I'm going to take the HP Plus. I use it for mixing a lot. Okay, here we go. Where is it? It's right in here. I'm fogging out a little bit of a tree there, but that's okay. Touch them up in a minute. That's pretty much where it's bursting out, right in here. It's opaque, so it will cover the trees. See? So I guess I got to touch up those little trees right there. And it looks like it might go, nah, it's really just bursting out here. Maybe over here, but that's about it. Okay, that's the bottom. Now I'm going to, I think I'll start at the top, work my way down. Let's see. Actually, no. Just cleaning out the airbrush. So we're going about an hour now. That's good. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do a live every other week or something. I don't know. I got to get the, I don't want people on Facebook to think I'm not doing live feeds. I have the spot reserved, you know, which is Tuesday nights at 7. So I surely don't want to have them think I'm gone or something. Okay, so now I'm going to take, let's see. I got to think this through. Two airbrushes going, so bear with me for a minute. Don't really have to go crazy cleaning that one. Can work light to dark, you know. But at the same time, the top is what it is. It's just black. So I'm going to put it in. And it definitely needs a little distilled water in it. A little smoother, right? I'm not worried about the actual Milky Way part. I'm going to put that in on top of, I might work around it a little bit, but it starts to really quickly go away from the black. It starts to go into blues and stuff. Oh man, my paint's laying there on its side. Such is the live feed. Okay, so I see the black in here, kind of like that, and I see it coming up here. And that's about it for right now. I can go back in here, I think, unless this is trailing. Can use transparents. Wow, this is behaving better than the Micron. I got a soft spring in this one now too. And it's behaving better than the Micron. Wow. Use the brush for that. All right, so that just takes some of that off there. Okay. This is too fat. I think this blade wants to go up. Using the side of the blade, flat. It definitely was too fat. That's better. It's even a little longer, but at least it's, again, repairing it now. This one's skinnier while I can. Okay, that's fatter actually. And I'm going to just take a little bit off this part right here. There we go. Okay, nice and skinny. All right, so now I'm going to go to a darker blue. Somewhere around there, let's see. I'm going to kind of work around this a little, just to leave me a little guide of where I want my whiter, lighter colors. So they're the two areas. probably blocking you guys like crazy, right? Okay, so the blue, the black will come back down over it. I'll do that right now. So it's really, like I said, the lighter colors first. But there's just a blending that the airbrush can do, right? So I'm just going to bring that black back down over the blue. This is opaque paint. Pretty dark in there. It goes back to that blue. Dark over here. Okay, so let's see. Lighter blue. So I'm not even using the Micron at the moment. I'm using the HP Plus. Okay, so okay, I'm going to go into the lighter blue here. I guess as far as doing the trees first, I'm experimenting and it's really not helping. I mean, I still have to kind of come in here and do my thing anyway. So I'm just going to put some color here just to kind of have something. Wow, that looks like Aurora. That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to spray the yellow on top of the blue because it goes green. It is an opaque yellow, so I'll try it. Try it first because you can use transparents too, which really will be more towards the tweaking stage. Okay, here we go. One more time with the border. This might not be what I want. I'm going to see, because it goes green in here. So I'm going to have to paint over the top of those trees a little bit. I have no choice, especially with the opaque paint. So it's back and forth, getting that greener color. And that would be, let's see, let's go with a little transparent cobalt blue maybe. As soon as I find it. Yeah, so I'm experimenting, trying to do things. All right, this is a pretty strong blue, so I'm going to be careful here. Yeah. I'll try the old right out of the bottle. Not too concerned about for this painting, I'm not too concerned about every color being mixed because I didn't really have time, and you can make these paintings happen. Whoops, there's the color cup. You can make them happen, with different looser techniques that are not so, dead on colors. It's just got room for it back and forth. Okay, so here we go. We got some yellow. Thank you, JC. That's great. Okay, I got a green in here already, so let's just go right down to that yellow. See the green? Boom. Send it right up. Get really darker over here, and then just stop. Look at it. Does it travel over here? Not really. It's right there where it is. And sometimes with discipline, you got to go less than you think. Just going to get a little down in there. There. So now I will go back to the yellow. Like I said, I'm going to have to touch the trees up, but at least they're established. And if I go real careful, I won't dirty up the sky. You can picture this being like a mountain, and on the mountain a silhouette. I painted something like that where there was a wolf howling, and then this aurora borealis kind of soft thing going on. A long time ago, I painted something like that. So you could change the whole thing from trees to, man, I don't know if this color cup fits in that good. I have two. Where'd it go? Hold on. I have 3 side cups, and one of them does kind of give me a little problem. It fits better in the micron, so maybe that's what's going on here, but I don't know where the color cup went. I gotta move things around. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's falling out, so it's probably the Micron's color cup. Okay, what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna go into a little brighter yellow. See what happens without going green. And I'm gonna just hit that with the yellow one. Really strong right there for a second. There we go. That's about it, because it's glowing, right? All right. So, I mean, if you're doing a demo on something like this, you could get through it really quick. So you could take, at this point, the black again. And clean out this gun again, little touch-ups. When you want to put stars exactly where they live, you can put them in, with, I've used toothpicks, whatever, right where they go. I've used the back of paintbrushes and stuff like that. But this is very, very tiny stuff. So it would have to be something very pointy and, okay. So we have the glow going on there. We probably should start with some stars in a minute, but because trees are going to get covered a little bit. But let's see. The black's got to come down. I'm just thinking about what I want to do here. I'm going to go to that blue that would be considered. That's a green. Give me a second here. before I make a mess, I gotta go after a little bit of from the color cup that spilled down by my feet. There we go. Get that nice. Protects the floor. I put plastic down, so it's protecting the floor anyway. I have wood floors, you know, just protecting them. All right. So this will all get sharpened up. This is a burst of white in here. Now I have a dark color, so I have to use an off-white. An awful white, I said, no. Now we got 7 people. That's great. So people found me a little bit. Who do we got here? Anybody? Okay. Michael, how you doing? Welcome on board. Okay, so that's good. So I was on here for a good part of a 45 minutes with just, I think, maybe 2 people. For the first part, nobody, because I got to learn how to get people to know I'm over here. That's where my live feeds are trying to be for Tuesday night. And if you know the routine and you just say, oh, Bill's on YouTube, and I put a link, you guys can simply just, you know, follow that link over and see it. And then I'm going to try to split it where I can get it both onto both simultaneously. All right, so let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm still mixing up a little bit of a white color here. No, white's not a color. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. I am using, again, I'm sticking with my HP Plus. And I'll put white on top of this, but right now, we would have the color shift. It would just make it be blue, but ugly blue. So let's just get in here and see how this looks. It'll look pretty white. Too much air, maybe too diluted. There we go. Goes down in there. I'll touch the tree up. Okay, so these are going to be freehand. That's the burst of light that happens. Then up here, this picture is not 1-to-1 at all. I should have got a 5x7, but I can get a feel. Well, I could just work my way up, make my own a little bit, as long as I'm starting out in the right spot. Certain stars are going to just be right where you want them, right? Now, it gets more fuzzier, further away, breaks away. That soft spring is so nice. It's made this gun behave so nicely. Okay, so let's see, somewhere up in here, right around here, it's a brighter spot. It's not so much that this part's brighter, it's what's inside of it, these little dots that make it really bright. Little stars. A little more fuzz over it. Working my way up. because these all go back to the blue, but I want it to show up more, so I'm going to kind of play around with these space, I guess they're gases, right? Skinnier here, and it just tapers off. There's a little bit of a lighter blue that's going to come in here, so I'm just going to fog it in lightly. And yeah, this right here, 2 dots, and then this crazy little, and then they're connected. They're bigger, just like that. And this is going to go this way a little bit. I'm just looking at the negative space to get this to be correct or close. Remember, this is going to be tinted. I'm going to spray some of that white down in here. Now it's just, I'm blending as I see it. This went green, I see, too green. So I'll fix that. It's pretty bursty down here. It's not white, but I'm going to put that, because this is not pure white. So I'm going to put it in there. Then I can make it kick out a little bit later. Yeah, I'll light that up even more now, because it goes darker green over here. I can almost use like a blue green. So I'm mixing, on the board here on the canvas. To dry, ain't gonna do nothing. Lots of other little colors are gonna go in here. And this works its way around this tree this way. A little bit of haze here. And it breaks away. There's little breakaway clouds like right here. It's not like the other one that I've done. Okay, I'm just gonna let that play around. There's a really bright one right there. Pretty big too, so now we're gonna just sprinkle in some stars, but I'm gonna get my brushes back into their water. They're cheap brushes, so I don't mind if they're sitting down in the water on the brush itself. But the good brushes, you want to lean the ferrule up, just resting it, or lay it flat, right? It's with water in it. Okay. Take a swig of water. It's a little crooked here. I wonder I'm going to try right out of the bottle, mixing as I go, like some colors. This is cerulean, and I'm going to just see how it works as far as, whoops, I had black in there. Just see how it works as far as bringing in a little more blue here, right out of the bottle. Now this gets tinted like that. Okay. I'm going to put the blue down on top of the green here a little bit. Deepen it over on this side. the night sky more. See, dark over here. But that's just tinting with transparents as I go. Okay, so there's no green up there, and there might be a little over here. Let me look real carefully. Maybe, just maybe in the middle. Haze it in a little bit. No, that was the blue. What was I thinking? Okay, never mind. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring this blue in here. Back to the black. Back and forth, right? Once I get the black settled in on the top, so it's back and forth, then I can bring some stars in. Okay, so here we go. The top. Air down. Along the edge, far away, just to bring down some of that darkness, but still let some of the underneath colors still do their thing, you know? Dirty that up, that blue up a little bit, and get in here with night sky. Whoops, no color, no spray. Oh, there is color in there. Must be tip dry. There we go. Now I'm just looking at edges and shapes in here. Just freehanding it in. Oh gosh, this is here. Oh, right in here. Just like a gray, not full black out there, then black out there is good. Now we get a little more dirt. Bring that darkness down a little bit more. Black and the green mix good. They go right towards each other, right? At least that's what happens when I do the overspray. This is too bright in here, so we just go off that tree and kind of work around this area right here. This black cuts through here. It's kind of grayish. I'll brighten those other parts up that I lose. This is dark, pretty dark here. Okay, let's see what's going on chat here. Actually, all right, so okay, so I got like an established area that I have to get into and do things to make it better. Okay, where are we at here? This has gotten fogged out a little, so the next time I paint it, I'll just do the whole sky and put the. I'm zoning out on the stars. I'll zone you out on the stars right now with the toothbrush. As soon as I find my toothbrush. So what I'm going to do, Michael, is I'm going to take the palette. Okay, I'm going to put my white right there. Because all the stars get tinted too. Then I'm just going to take distilled water, a couple drops. And I'm going to take the toothbrush like this, work it around, test it on the side. I have paper down below with lots of overspray on it, so I can just see how we're doing. And now I can just kind of fire in some stars. There's a lot of stars, but I want to do a real gentle, because if I flicker this real hard, see they're going down on there, it will go too, they'll be too big. The further away you go, they're bigger, I think, yeah. And over here, so you go in gentle and just kind of walk it around like, so it just kind of puts them in, not too many, but like that. Then go back over by this area has a lot of little stars on it. Just get in closer, look at it. I mean, you can go crazy. You could just say, I want millions of stars and just go crazy. And there's a little stronger ones in there. They're all over this blue. So if I tint them, they'll turn the color I want. They're in here. They're down here. Gently. That's a little too splatter. I'll put a little more at the top. And then I can airbrush some of them out too. Is that pink? Yeah, it is. Okay, and then down here, little guys. Just kind of, I guess this is a medium. There's more stars here too. They're small, so I'm just wisping them in. Like I said, I can take the color and knock them away, take them out, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's good for now. I'm sure they're not exactly where God put them, but they're there. Okay, so that's that. You know, you got your little stars that I have to hide some, put some in on purpose. Let's see if I could do that. I'm gonna get a toothpick. I'll be right there. Okay, a couple toothpicks from the kitchen, and I can pick out, like I see a star. I gotta see if I might have to flatten the end of this a little. Let me just try it. So I'll do it on this paper. They're pretty small, so they should be all right. On purpose, let's see. Right here, I'm gonna go right over this one. Make it a little bigger. Need more paint on it. It's not gonna do it. And I'll get out of the way so you can see it. So that's when you want to control them and put them exactly where you think they belong. This one could go right here. There's only a few that are bigger. Whoops. These guys are making a little design here. 1, 2, 3, like that. These are little, so I'm not going to go crazy there. There's a big one here. Oh, that's too big. So that's actually airbrushed, so I'll take that out. Yeah, maybe once you stamp it out a little bit, you can they become smaller, you know, where they're not going to be. So you could do it on the side on a piece of paper, and then you could start pressing lighter maybe. Whoops, that's too big, but it's okay. They get smaller as you go. Like I said, I can spray right over them. 2 here, 1, 2 that are already there. And it kind of breaks them up, right? And then they start. Now, the burst of light, So we go back to, again, my tree has to be reworked. So I'm going to start going after some hot spots right here. This is not random stars. These are the airbrush. And I got to get in there tight. They look fuzzy, you know, but they're they are fuzzier than the hard edge stars. All this will get cleaned up really easily. And then this area can lighten up with a little haze over it, just a little. Then there'll be more blue. So I'll put the white here, but this is going to be more bluer in here. And then I'll find some shapes in here. In here, again, this will be tinted again. Down here, let's see. Right in here. I got to remember to move that airbrush in because the dots will be too big. Oh, tip dry's ruining the shapes of them. And there's subtleties. There's little breakaway clouds that are not attached. And this kind of has a little different shape than I have here. I'll just kind of do that. Again, they get changed over to the true shapes that they really are. Let's see, this is like right here. This isn't even pure white, but because it's on the dark color, it's working. Okay, then I'm making some of the shapes not, I gotta just work them out. The more, like if I pull away from this later and I go back to it, then I can get more of what I want. So before I overkill that, it's time for some tinting. So I'm gonna take, cerulean right out of the bottle. Clean airbrush a little, get some of that white out of there. Okay, now I'm going to start to put in a little tint on top of these. And it's too saturated, but I will play around with that for now. Yeah, it's definitely oversaturated. That's okay. Change the color of that black a little bit. Get down in there. So you're tinting, you're just playing with the tints at that point. And bring it out more this way. Okay. So getting there, right? Steve has a different method. Okay. Yeah, well, you can use the airbrush too. And you can, and like Steve does, if you angle it this way and send the speckles distorted, because he gave us all a little lesson on that. Well, he's given us so many lessons. He's a master, when he makes pavement, you know, when he shows you like underneath the Corvette down on the ground, the pavement, it's like he explained to me, you've got distortion, you've got to make these blow that way so they look oblong, and that's what's going on. He's fantastic. He's an excellent artist and teacher, and it's just so neat. You could stare at somebody's work. You could stare at anybody that you like, that you want to look at their work, and you can learn just by looking at it. And then if you can get some feedback, how do you do that? Then we're in better shape, right? So I'm going to knock that blue back with the black a little bit right here. This is like just visually, just tinting. I see darker areas in here again, so I'll just kind of put some in, maybe a little over there. So it's like not all the same black even. Here, this shaves this down a little bit more. I'm not tinting with the blue over the stars yet. Okay, a little more gray over here. So just fade it in on top of that. This has a whole nother color I got to mix up. This is really cool looking. I'll show you it. That's later, off camera. I don't have that color. It's like the green, and it's bursting through, breaking up the area so that you got to put it in, you know. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I love teaching, and but when I kind of came across Steve when he first started, we were both doing the live feeds, I guess, but I started my live feeds in like 2020 for actually, at first it was just to give people something to do, you know what I mean? We were all in the house, we were all stuck, and I said, hey, I'm bored, I never went live before, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna go live. And from there it took off went into more airbrush. I was doing acrylic painting. I wasn't doing all airbrushing back then. So I'm knocking some of the stars away. Right in here. Just show some broken up areas. That's too strong. And just kind of bring this black down over it a little bit. There we go. You can put the stars back in if you need to. And here, it's darker. It's just look and see kind of thing. If I mess up, but just touch up, go in here. Not even the exact colors. I need greens, like olive greens and stuff. So it becomes rinse and repeat after a while. But the thing is, I could finish this off camera because it's just, there's only so much you can show. And then it becomes like, oh, he's painting that again. It's like, no, just touching. But attention to detail, right? Doing it after tweaking a painting that you already showed, say, to everybody, and it was finished, but you found that you could definitely do a little more to it because you stared at it for a day or two in your studio, and you're like, oh man, I see more. I see something here I didn't see when I was painting it originally, like a shadow, or that could be dark, squint your eyes kind of thing. You see the values better and all that kind of stuff. And that's what's going to happen with this. It's going to be tweaked. Now this tree, let's see if we can get a little bit of a tree back here. Just wiggle that along, darken this in, and all of a sudden, the more this happens, the more the night scene will take over. The actual strong, dark, touched up trees will just aim down, kill all the stars that landed on them. Smoothly touch it up. It's really not a big deal. It's dry it. Then I got to go back in here. I'll do one right here. I hope you guys can see it. Let me kind of do it from the side. All I'm doing is repeating and going over the same shapes, freehand, getting in real close. Whoops. See, I'm resting on this box I have here, and it throws me off a little bit. I should bring the painting up higher and tape it because I don't have a metal background. See, this comes back to life. And all of a sudden, the intensity of the night scene starts to take place, like right here. And do it sideways. Goes up, goes down, goes little weird shapes like that get lost, right? And you bring them back. Maybe even change the shape later because it's like, well, that doesn't look like that. Sometimes you just got to go with it because the shape isn't exactly the same. It's a tree, and I made it too fat here, but I'm not going to do that over. It looks fine, It's like just leave it alone. They're coming back slowly. Let's see, what did you say? Bopping back and forth. Bopping back and forth between colors will definitely improve your picks. I'm a carpenter, so I use, whoops, where'd it go? Whoops, sorry. I got all kinds of things. Add another person as a moderator. I'm a used to it being first time, which is the way when painting. Oh, yeah, you gotta get it right with the carpentry, right? There's no tweaking it, and well, I don't know the carpentry world, so I'm not gonna say anything, but I know that you're doing something that's got to be done right. You don't have room for the scene that I'm kind of doing here, I guess. Yeah, I'm not happy with that tree. It's not awful, but up close it's bugging me. So I will try to change it a little bit, connect that one to that one. Then there's going to be little baby things that are going to go on. Like I said, I used post notes for some of these, but I'm just going to freehand this in. It's like a dead tree, you know. I have stencils I could use. I have stuff from all different, weird shapes, from fur stencils to organic shapes, Gerald Mendez stencils that you can get some cool things from. You can go back in and do that to tweak it. And Drew Blair actually I think he has a tree stencil now that you can use, for probably many projects. It's really cool. Okay, so you can see his touch up is helping it. That's going to get the yellow down there still. Oh, that's too fat. Oh, I'm using the Micron now. Okay. I didn't even realize what's in my hand. Freehand brush work. That's what I'm going to do there. I'm just touching up. So it starts to give it that glow right behind it, which I'm seeing. I guess you guys are seeing. It needs more yellow in there, but right now I'm just going for the black, bringing the trees back and forth kind of stuff. Here we go, this one. All right, so we got just the center part first. Whoops. Rock the needle, get scraped all the way around, and then it behaves. This has a nice little, I can feel all the bad food I ate. I have low blood sugar, it's like, I could feel all that food I ate because we had our company this weekend. We didn't see the grandkids until this weekend. And so I kind of backed off on the chocolate chips and stuff, but I still ate a lot of carbs, and I could feel the tremors from it. But that's all right. That's just the way my body is, just working on a tree. So okay, so you can see the glow. You can see where it's going. Now some more stars can be brought back in. So Let's see, I can see more touch up right here first. Aiming down. Sharpen that up. I got a lot of air on, but I seem like I move along easy, like the t-shirt painting, right? And you get that. All right, so what do we got? This corner has hardly any stars. Let me take that out a little bit. Be back and forth until it's where I want it. I'm going to darken this a little more right in here. And then hopefully I can just spray over that and find it again. So I'm killing some stars. So we'll put them back in. Again, I have this palette and I'm looking at live chat again. Yeah, I'm thinking about stuff like that for the future. I have to get back on my feet after I retire, and then I can start looking into what do I want? Do I want a Visionaire? Do I want a new Micron? Right now, I'm, you know, not in a position to do anything like that, but we can dream, can't we? I like the idea of the metal background and all, but I have my cutting mat here too, you know, art tool. This is a glass table desk that literally doesn't go up on an angle enough. So because of that, I put a portable wooden easel desk that I got from a Coast Airbrush years ago, and that's on top of the desk laying flat. So that's how I'm working it right now. Plus, I did give tours, you know, tours of the studio, and it's out there in still shots and videos. Everybody likes to show us your setup, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm looking for my toothbrush. And I'm not seeing it. Why? That is the question. Why am I not seeing it? I like that particular toothbrush too. But whoever's on here right now that never saw me painting the Galaxy, which I think a lot of people have seen it. This is that one. Okay, I got a little heavy-handed here with that, but that's that one. And you can see, you know, it's the same kind of thinking. You got the bursting sunset, you got a bursting like aurora, you know, beautiful green, and that's what the camera picked up. And this was set on a timer, these things, to get the Milky Way in there. So this is just a different version of that, I guess, you know. But I'm going to go in here later with the photograph. That's what I'm talking about. Go back in here. I've already showed this as finished, but I can go back in here and tweak it. And it's just doing little things later that will cause it to be my YouTube channel. Just look for it. And then I've got this one here with the lightning. It's not quite finished, but it's, you know, the lightning bolts and stuff. There's a little, you see later on where I got a little scraping in there, and it's not good enough, you know. It's, for me, it's like, man, that's cool over there, but it's got to be, you got to just take your time and do everything subtly, and then picture it against the reference picture, and then say, wait a minute, you know, that's not good enough. A little sloppiness here and a little sloppiness there, that doesn't cut it. But all right, so the stars. Looking for my toothbrush. I was just showing you a little show and tell. Oh, there it is. It's in the water. Yeah, so these things are on there. I'll show one more. Some of my videos aren't on YouTube in order. Like I'm working on a car painting. This one I'm not finished with yet. And maybe people were thinking, well, what happened to that? It doesn't necessarily have to be in a row. You know what I mean? I can post it later and tell you, drop down about 8 videos and you'll see it. This gets cut off here. But that's a fun project. I got to really go crazy in here. I got to push the envelope. I got touch-ups. This is very challenging because it's little shapes inside that plastic that I tried to do, and it's not, it's just like, block that out and go again. You know, you can't spray through a screen because it's not the shapes. I don't want it to be kind of hit and miss. I want it to be it. Okay, so let's just try to tweak that area with a brush that I had white in, hopefully. Oh, here's still blue. Okay, what the heck? Okay, so the blue, I'm gonna just dust a little of this blue right here. This will get white back on it. Okay, that's enough of that. That's right out of the bottle. I'm just kind of painting like, I guess, Bob Ross, you know? Just right, shoot from the hip, tweaking things. Of course, he's using giant paintbrushes. I'm using an airbrush, right? Okay, so I'm going back to the splatter first with that nice toothbrush. That's some of them, if they're too stiff, this is just perfect. It let me do, you know, exactly what I wanted to do. It didn't, if it's the thicker, the harder, what do you call it? You know, different, firm, soft, that kind of stuff. I don't think this is a soft one. Maybe it is, but it worked good for me. So now I'm just going to do that again. Put some back in. Okay, good night. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see later better of who was on here. Thanks for coming on and checking it out. Okay. So right in here, these get tinted. These are real little, so I'm just gonna dust them on. Whoops, a little heavy-handed. And again, right over the top of those. So I took them out, I'm putting them back in. I'll be tinting them so they're different colors. Boy, when I got quiet just then, I was like, man, I talk a lot. I'm used to doing it from being a teacher, I guess. I don't know. But I do talk a lot. Got a little big there, but that's all right. Knock them back out. Oh, right down there again. It must be dropping down or whatever, but you know how I covered that up. It's just back and forth. So let's go back to the white and the yellow, and then I can probably wrap up the video. Bring it in for a landing. Okay, so while I've got this, I guess I can go to, just gonna put yellow right in here. It's bright, but if I just tint it lightly and get that burst again. Let's stop and look at it. That's pretty good. And just go up higher. There, that's good. It's fun tinting, you know? It's like just, that's it. Okay, now I want the white. Yeah, I got to get some more yellow. I've gone through so many sunset paintings and things. Yellow goes, you just go crazy with it. Okay, so my white. Back and forth. Get right in here tightly and outline that tree a little. Push it up. Kind of just up and away because it kind of fades back out. almost see like a little white, lighter area down here. Get the air controlled here. Here we go. Try to get the air pressure to be, it seems to be lit up right there. I'll have to touch the trees up again. So that burst of yellow will just be a little lighter right in there. So back and forth, right? Over here, these are separate little clouds, not attached. And then I'll look at this, and really tweak it out after I see what I want to see, because I'm seeing that I'm getting a little bright there. And I've lost this one, so I'll put it back in. Just going to put it back in. Like I said, any area that I got to work on, I can just kind of take it out, Just take it right back out. So now I have something to work with. And again, it's back and forth. I was using the paintbrush. Where did I put that? Should be in the holder here. Here it is, flat on the table. And go back in here and really just use the tip of that brush. Got a little edgy here. And so on and so forth, right? That's how it's going to be. Whoops, don't get too crazy there. I just did a little. Getting tired. And I'm getting a little sloppy. Okay, so that'll be it then, right here. I'll just hit the stars in the bottom and then call it a video. Oh man. Hey Tim, I didn't even see you here. No, I cannot imagine that. Every star you'd have to, I don't know. I'm following a guy, a young kid. It's nothing to do with airbrush, but we talk about brilliant. He's autistic, and he takes pictures of his cars, like model cars, and he uses forced perspective to create them in front of a firehouse or an old diner. Anthony, uh, oh boy, I should know his name. I'm on his page all the time. But man, he's brilliant. The police even used him for identifying a blurry car that was kind of at the scene of an accident and no one could figure out. And he knows so much about cars. He probably knows where like we're talking about the stars in the universe. Some of these people, they're so brilliant, they could see something once and reproduce it, right? That is incredible. But if I could think of his name, he's on there and he has calendars he's putting out and all kinds of wonderful stuff that just is incredible. It's incredible. You got to see it to believe it. He makes up snow for his scenes and he kind of just does whatever it takes to make this forced perspective in front of like Mel's Diner or something look real. And these old cars are not they're not toys. He makes them look weathered. I don't know how he does it. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. You could try by typing in Google Anthony, the guy that does photography for miniature cars or something like that, and you'll probably find him. I found him on Facebook. So there we have it for now, right? Just gonna tweak this a little more there and there and call it for tonight. This one's done as far as I'll be working on it later, kicking it up a notch. Oh man, I wish I knew that guy's name. Savant syndrome. It's amazing. Yeah, they had one guy, Savant, that was in a helicopter and they took him over like the city and he looked at everything and then he went and drew this drawing of everything like it was a map of everything he saw. He remembered it. He just drew it with pencil on his giant monster sized piece of paper on this desk, you know. Yeah, and we can learn from all of us, like incredible. It's the gifts that are out there and just incredible stuff. It's like it's humbling, but I have no problem being humbled by something like that because I'm amazed, totally amazed. So the paint was a little watery there, and that's supposed to be a little skinnier. This one here, a couple of little flicks that this way, and then I'll be doing things like this too. This too watery though, so I'll just stop. Okay, so you can see where it's going. It is not going to be a video anymore. I'm going to tweak it and post it as a finished painting. There's the big boy over there with the light reflecting on it. That's how I didn't need a printout that big, but I wish I got the 5x7 at least. But anyway, oops, sorry guys. Trying to adjust this. Oh, thanks, Tim. Thank you so much. Thanks for popping on too. I mean, I'm trying to, switch gears, Tim. I want to simultaneously be on Facebook and, um, of course, YouTube at the same time. I don't want my regulars. Be right there, guys. Where did that go? Okay, I don't know where it went. It's done. All right. I think we got enough done here to at least say, hello. And I will see you guys on your videos in different places and on Facebook. And I will try to let the community know, there was a guy back in his high school that could look at a house and tell you, wow, 2x4, 100% right on inventory needed. Wow. There, that's what we're talking about, JC. That's amazing. And thanks for all of you guys hanging out with me, especially the second hour. And be cool and keep your art going. Here we are in a new year. I wish you all good health, blessings, and God bless you all. Be safe, have fun, and keep the air going. Wow, that's amazing, JC. I mean, the savants and autistic people, different. This particular guy, Anthony, is, boy, maybe it's Anthony Smith or Schmidt, Smith. I think it's Smith. Try looking him up, and you'll be amazed at what he can do with old cars. Take care, everybody. Good night. See you soon. Now, how do you end the video on YouTube? I don't even know. Share, enable, that. I guess you hit the, how do you end the video? I don't even know. I got the X here. I'm going to hit the X. Yes, okay.